Perfect. And we are back for another exciting day of what's new at SecureIt. Nobody's on yet, I don't think. And we'll see what at this point we have 0 viewers. We got 5 people on.
There we go.
Perfect. I've got Chris with me today, our Chief Marketing Officer. And
hello.
Yeah, it's give a chance for people to come up. Anybody got any comments, any questions, any things they want to ask? As fire away. We're here to answer questions and kind of dial people in what's going on at SecureIt.
We've got this one guy watching here. I think I recognize that last name.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't sign up for this, Tom.
No, where's the tattoo, Tom? All right, guys. So for those who don't know, I turned 60 end of last year, and I always said when I turned 60, I'm getting a big tattoo. My mom said, when I was a kid, never get a tattoo. I'm a musician. I was playing in heavy metal bands. Never get a tattoo when you're 60 to look awful. So I figured when I turn 60, I'll get some big-ass tattoo. So that's coming. My travel schedule is not allowing it. So, guys, things going on. I just got back. I was down in Texas last 2 days shooting our segment for Agents of Change. If you guys don't know, we've got not live, but airing in July, I think July 7th.
I believe so.
I think it's Thursday nights, 8 o'clock, SecureIt's Agents of Change. This is going to be a weekly, kind of a magazine format TV show on the Sportsman's Channel. And we're featuring or finding the most innovative people, products, and companies that are driving change in the firearms outdoor sports area. So I was down in Texas shooting with Cellmark, which is the SiteMark digital imaging, pulsar thermal. These guys are the digital optics experts. We went down there and shot a segment. I'm going to just sneak a little bit of spill a little candy in the lobby. The digital optics are going to be a game changer in the mid-price scope market. And what people don't realize what you can do with these, when you're at the range shooting, your buddy, you can stream that scope, the optic, to your buddy's phone or to an iPad, so everybody's seeing what you're seeing. You miss, everybody knows it. You're also recording all your shots. So if you're out hunting, you can text, post on social media if they allow. I don't know if they allow hunting. We'll see how that plays out. But you're taking the user, it's a very personal user experience using an optic, and now you got the ability to share that. You've also got one shot zero. You set the gun up, you fire it, you freeze frame the optic, move the crosshairs to where the bullet impacted at 100 yards, press a button, you're zeroed. Some of the higher end ones will have ballistic calculations, so it'll range the target and calibrate the optic for that range. Really exciting stuff. That episode is going to be...
Should be mid-July.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's going to be the second show, or I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work out, but really excited. It's we had a good time. These guys were good on camera, exciting. Their company, it's the first one that I've met in our industry that's growing perhaps faster than we are. So, Chris, I know you got a lot going on.
We do.
So why don't you share with people a little bit about what's going on in the marketing side of things?
Sure. Well, I'll set up this show a little bit. In a few minutes, we're going to have Tom out in the warehouse. We've got some exciting stuff going on there. Some things that we talked about I wasn't even aware of when I started with SecureIt. And I'm excited for you to get that back on. Steven's out there. We've got him all set up. But I think, a big thing for me and what the team's doing, brand partnerships, we're working on, and I mentioned it a few weeks ago when I was on the show, we were working on the field agent program. We have a lot of different groups of people that constantly are calling in, asking us, what can I do? How can I get this out to my friends? I want to tell my friends about your safe. My brother's one of them. I think he's one of our biggest clients so far. And, we want to give you the tools to do that. This is all about a community, and SecureIt has created a community. It's something you've done for 20 years, Tom. So we're going to leverage that and give an easy to use platform. Download the app on your phone, and we'll give you all the tools to share SecureIt's message with your friends, with your network. And we're going to set up a couple ways for you to be rewarded. One is financially. Another is with some cool SecureIt swag, which should be out on the website in mid-May. We've ordered everything, got some cool backpacks, hunting shirts, sporting different things, hats. And then we're going to come out with some Misfits gear. As Tom said, we're the band of Misfits. So we got some really cool stuff. Our guy, Alex, who I'm recruiting out of customer service, Beth, apologies. He's designing some really cool stuff for us. But anyway, you can get some swag or you can get some merchandise if you need safes, a variety of any of the products we have, accessories. You can use it towards our new handgun solution coming out. We've got so much going on. And I know Tom loves to talk about Ron on this show. So I want to compliment Ron. Ron let me behind the curtain yesterday, me and the marketing team, and he shared with us some amazing things that product development's working on. SecureIt, we're rounding a corner here. This is going to be a year of, as you said, Tom, investment to build the company better, our product line, and then our engagement. So field agent program, we are looking for 15 to 25 people or companies. You can be an instructor. You could just be a gun owner. If you love the brand and you want to join this referral platform to help us launch this, please email me. It's cpane@secureittactical.com. CPane at SecureIt Tactical. We will put you in the initial group that's going to test us out, give us a lot of feedback. You're going to get some really cool swag or product just for helping us out. And you'll be an honorary agent. You may be a 5-star agent by the time we get done with this, but you will be a founding member of that group. So we're very excited about that. Again, the team's growing. If you know some great marketing people, anybody listening, and again, email me. We're building. We got some great things coming. We got a new partnership for the SecureIt Agents of Change TV show with a branding firm. They're going to be doing some amazing creative for us just to support that message. So 100% excitement from this side of the table, and glad to be back on today.
Yeah, it's good to have you back going, man. Yeah, it is. It's exciting times here. Something else is going on that I just kind of, I'm not gonna say it fell in my lap, but Mickey Shook who runs Carry Trainer. He travels all over the country. He's one of the premier handgun instructors. He runs twice a year. They call it the S12 Premier Training Experience. They're going to be in Nashville in May. And then September, I'm not sure where he is, but we've signed on as one of the title sponsors for that segment. I'm going to go down. Now, guys, I'm not a handgun guy. I've always talked about that. I'm a rifle and shotgun guy. I defend my home with AR-15 or a pump shotgun. I prefer an AR-15. I think it's the safest. For me, it's the safest firearm I can own and use. I'm really not a handgun guy, but I need to change that. So we've signed on as a sponsor. I'm going to go down and go through the training. It's a 3-day training program with the guys of Carry Trainer. They've got about 75 people coming down for training. I guess they've got a gourmet chef. They've got a lot of stuff. I'll have the opportunity to speak at the event. Everything. They've got a couple of different film crews there. So we're going to have a whole bunch of content. So sometime after May, we should have some of that content. I'll report back about the event because I think it's something a lot of our customers may be interested in.
100%. And Scott, thank you for the compliment. Tom's built a great company. I'm glad to be a part of it. You haven't seen anything yet. This brand will be number one in the industry in a few years. I promise you that. That's why I'm here.
Yeah, that is. Chris has a pretty impressive background of. We brought him on board. He came from the big world. We brought him down to the small world to make the small world big again, I guess.
There was a reason for that. I like being in the mud. And, what Tom mentions, I worked in the fintech space for 13 years. And, we went from a $300 million company to a $5 billion company. Yeah. And, again, you learn things and a great experience. But I missed things like this. I missed being around people that the 24 of us misfits were in the mud every day. And we have something exciting. We did that to a finance industry.
I know.
Now I want to do it. I picked these industries that are a little bit outdated. We're going to do some cool stuff. Tom's energy, as you can feel it. It's infectious. I don't know if it's that or the Death Wish coffee that I'm now back on. So Death Wish, if you're listening, we may, need a sponsor for this show. And blackjacks, that's one other thing I liked about taking this job is I could wear my boots.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
My blackjack boots. So if they're listening too, we're open for sponsorship here.
Yeah. And the other shout out to, I should shout the Stag Arms.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of work marketing with those guys, and I'll have their Stag 10 out in the range this summer. We'll shoot some video with that. It's a 6.5 Creedmoor, fantastic rifle that I want to do some content for those guys because they do a really good job. And then SecureIt is going to be sending up some thermal imaging scopes. We're going to run those through the Paces and create a lot of content and kind of show you guys where I think what SecureIt and Pulsar, what they're going to do in the optics business is kind of what Elon Musk is doing in the car business. If it wasn't for Musk and Tesla, nobody would give a shit about electric cars. I mean, no offense to Prius drivers, but nobody wants to drive a freaking Prius.
And now Twitter's relevant again too.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So he made it cool by making cool cars. And these guys with digital optics, I think it's a big game changer.
And they're a progressive company too. We're going to have a lot of these guys on as we evolve this podcast or this show into, the agents of change and what that means for the industry. It's, again, we got great stories to tell. These companies are exciting folks. Everybody you've introduced me to, we've got some partnerships that Tom and I are cooking in the background right now that are really going to knock your socks off as we get through this year.
Yeah, stay tuned. It's really a lot of it we're doing now will be coming out next year, but between some sponsorships and some what would you call it, alignments or just synergies of working with other companies.
Network. We're creating a network and a community. It's one of the things I got Tom hooked on the show We Crashed on the Apple TV. It's about WeWork and that dysfunctional mess. But the one thing you can take away from that's relative to our industry is community. Community is everything. And every group we talk with, it's about the customer. It's about their brethren, whether it's the tactical side, the hunter, sportsman, or the collector, or even the civilian side of things. It's community. And that's what we're going to try to bring together with our message, as well as our partners and other folks in the industry.
Yeah, it's going to work. And there are some big old traditional companies that are losing that, right? They're losing sight of that. Without mentioning names, companies that have been purchased by like Wall Street investment firms and things, and they're moving away from the community aspect, and they're going corporate is what I would call. It's the companies are being run by guys in tall buildings in Manhattan looking at spreadsheets. You can do that and be successful, but in our industry, it's about getting down in the dirt, hunting, fishing, shooting, and just being part of the community. I think
to that point too, it's not always about us. It's not about us. It's about our customers and the people in the community. What need do they have? What frustrates them? And a lot of what you've seen, with my father having recently passed away, my brother and my family were going through some stuff. He's got gun safes in Florida and New York. And you see that old heritage feeling that I wish, my dad was so excited. He was going to be one of our initial field agents out there because he knew all the local gun shop owners and, but I'm going through those safes and it's just the old way of thinking. And he was excited to get that new side of it with what SecureIt offers, but we're going to listen. We're doing a lot of surveying. We're going to be doing a lot of focus groups and this whole field agent program. The whole point is to open our ears to the community and listen. What products do you want? Tom, we'll go get Ron. We'll tell him, Ron's doing a hell of a job. You love that guy and his team. But we want to hear from you. Again, email me, email Tom. Mine's C Payne. He's Tom at SecureIt. Hit us with an email. Tell us what you want. Put it in here.
You can also, guys, if you guys have any questions at all, the original purpose of this show when the pandemic first started was questions and answers, was really getting people a voice, a chance to be heard. We're looking at technology I'd like to get where people can actually call in or join in on the show.
We can do a forum. We can do a Zoom forum.
Yeah, or do something. It's I want to do like a once a month or once a quarter Scotch and cigar night or something. We'll go out to the ranch if we can get the connectivity out there or out in the lake and set up for some sort of a social gathering, we'll say. So we've got something we're going to show today that we haven't talked about in a long time. Quite a few years ago, we decided to build a real safe. And we went back to the original Silas Herring design, which was patented in 1865, 1864, 1860s. And it was a safe that he made was steel, double-walled steel, filled. At that time, they used a plaster of Paris, and they had another plaster-type compound. We went back to that design. Now, the gun safe industry moved away from that in the 70s. The outside steel was gone. The cement was gone. The inner steel became the outside of the safe, and they lined it with drywall and carpet, and they called it a safe. It's not. So we went back and made a real safe, and we named it the True Safe. And we sold it on our website for a few years, but there was a time when within this company, we felt the safe was so heavy it was outside of kind of our talking points of lightweight. So we OEM'd it out to Safe and Vault. We still have a name on it, but Safe and Vault, which is a great company, they sell that safe, and we're going to continue working with those guys. They do a heck of a job. Truly, the safe is too heavy for our logistics to handle, and this is what these guys do. But it is a true safe. And I've got it set up in the shop next to one of our answer cabinets, and we're going to go out and kind of walk through, if you're of the mindset that you need to have a impenetrable safe for your guns, this is it. Now, we're going to be doing some comparisons with this and other safes, but if you ask me, I think secrecy is better than security. I think lightweight is better than heavy. I use agile cabinets throughout my home, fast boxes. I don't have a heavy safe. I never would. But this thing is a beast. So I'm going to switch over. I've got Steven out in the warehouse, and we're going to kind of go through the two safes and just kind of show you guys what we're talking about. So I'm going to switch this over. I'll be right out there.
Oh, you're both coming out?
We're live.
All right. Well, I got a little delay, everybody, so I couldn't really tell.
Yeah, Chris, you can still talk to us, I think. Hey, guys. All right, we are outside. We are live as the, looks like we got audio functioning. So, guys, let me button this up real quick.
All right, I put a board there to stop that door.
Oh, perfect. So, this is the True Safe. I'll leave it open, but there's a mallet. I want you guys. This thing is. It's absolutely. That's the answer. This thing is a beast. It is double-walled steel. It's filled with cement. It's about 3 inches of cement, and it's the True Safe. Now, we don't put a fire rating on this. I don't believe in fire ratings. I know it sounds crazy, right? But when you buy this safe, what you get is the graph of the performance test. So we put this went to a safe test with it. We put the temp probes in it, cooked it off. It went how long on this?
It was just about 2 hours, and that's when it actually started hotter than it was supposed to, because I think they left it outside in the sun. And you can definitely see when the fire seal kicks, because you see it ramp up pretty quickly. Then all of a sudden, it just boom, slows right down.
So so just under 2 hours, and we went into the safe. When we put this in the oven, this thing was already at like 90 degrees.
Oh no, it was actually hotter. It was over 100 degrees when
it went in. So we probably go longer. We are going to cook another one of these off in a comparison, but the fire rating in safes sold in America, I'm going to tell you it's 100% bullshit. And here's a couple of pieces to this. We did the test like the way they do it. You put it in this oven, and they bring the temperature up to, was it 1,300, 1,400 degrees, whatever it was.
1,300 degrees, and the test doesn't start until it hits that.
Right, so it hits. But it's an oven at that temperature, no air movement. I want you to think about, if you got a pizza in your oven at your home, you're going to take it out. Oven's at 500, 450, 500 degrees. You can put your hand in that oven, in that air, and hold it there for a while. It's hot, but it's not burning you. Your hand will very slowly heat up to the point you have to pull it out. Now, take a jet engine with exhaust coming out at 500 degrees at 60 miles an hour. Put your hand in front of that. It'll burn the skin off your bones in seconds. A fire in a home, the air can be whipping in excess of 60 miles an hour. So putting a safe in an oven is not an accurate test. It's my belief that your standard variety gun safe will go 8 to 12 minutes in a true fire. We're going to put that to the test. So this spring, we are going to build a room. We're going out to the ranch, and we're going to simulate a room of a home. We're going to put in a couple different safes, and we're going to cook them off, and we're going to cook off our safe. We're going to, not just going to say, hey, these safes suck. We're going to cook off our safe. Our safe went 2 hours in the test. In that fire, I'll bet this safe goes 45 minutes. Because that's the nature of a fire is different. There's an article in the Truth About Guns website. It's an older article. And I don't remember who wrote it. I remember reading it years ago. They did a whole lot of research on fires, safes, guns, and destruction and the damage of guns. The conclusion was whether your guns are destroyed in a fire has more to do with the nuance of how the fire burns than with what they're stored in, whether it's a wooden cabinet, glass cabinet, a metal box, a gun safe, or a simple gun cabinet. It had more to do with how the fire burned than how they were stored. So, Stephen.
All right, so it's double walled with the concrete in it, like you were saying. These are actually hand built in Eastwood, which is part of Syracuse, New York, so it's right down the street. They are only an 8-gun. The main reason is, this just gets heavy. And it's 1,300 pounds as it is, but as you can see, everything's straight line access like on everything else. The door is ridiculously heavy. We did some testing on this where we destroyed one, and I think it took 2 of us with pry bars without its back to lift up the door just to open it.
It was crazy.
It's ridiculously heavy, so it's really tough to break into. My favorite was when you actually tried to hit it with a saw.
We're gonna be doing that when we do the contest. I will be trying to cut this. Yeah. I'm gonna demonstrate that. Remember, we get the contest coming up. Everybody out there in TV land, you can enter to win the contest by picking your time. How long will it take me to open a gun safe, a traditional gun safe? And the winner, I'm going to be $1,000. Is going to be the first prize or $1,000 credit. I mean, we're going to figure that out. But I'm also in that live show. I'm going to try to cut this one open as 2 if I can, or hack or pry. I can't open these. I mean, I can. It's going to take me all day if I'm working solo.
I don't think you can if you open a solo.
No, probably. Yes. So I don't know if I could or not. But so we will be doing that. We're also going to cook this thing off just to show the difference. If you're asking me for recommendations, I'm going answers and agiles all day long. The actual risk of a fire in your home, a hot fire doing damage, it's so low, it almost is non-existent, and it's going lower every year. We're becoming safer and safer when it comes to fires. 100 years ago, fire was a real threat. When you looked at the amount of homes that were burned to the ground, damaged, it happened a lot more often, but things have become just safer and safer. When you look at the actual data, the data comes from insurance industry. That's who drives all the fire data. And I've gone through a lot of that. I spent a lot of time looking at it. Like it's 89% or 99% of all fires in the home occur within the kitchen, and the fires are contained either in the oven or in a pot. That's the fire. The insurance claim is smoke damage. The bulk of all fire insurance claims are smoke. Actual heat damage claims where a fire got up in a room to actually burn the wood is extremely rare. Now, if you're following decentralized storage, you got like 4 or 5 agile cabinets, guns, some fast boxes, guns are stored all over your house. Even if you had a fire in one corner, in one room, at the worst case scenario, you might lose a couple guns. Trying to lose your whole collection. If you got a really hot fire in a room that's got a big traditional gun safe, that safe heats up, and then the fire gets put out, and all that metal, that heat still keeps going in, and those guns get cooked. And it does happen. It's rare, but it does happen.
Yeah, I think they had to leave this out for over a day outside just to cool it down.
Yeah.
And one thing I noticed is when they cook this off, I've seen safes for competitors where they say that they did a test on it, and you'll take a look at it, and the finish is just basically the black with a little bit of marring. Yeah. And after a real test with this paint is gone.
Yeah.
It turns into this like sandy, I wish we had a photo of it, sandy muck color. The lock, it just melts off with the real test.
Right. In a real heat test, yeah. The outside of the safe, this all powderizes. It looks like if you're in a powder coat line, when they burn off the powder from all the hanging sorts in a super hot oven, it's the same thing. Yeah, there's a specific look that these kind of brownish.
Yeah, you can tell.
And I've seen safes coming out of fires and testing. I'm like, no, you can still see the logo on that thing.
Yeah, if you see the logo, it hasn't really been tested.
It has not been cooked.
Unless it's ours because our logo is metal. So
maybe we should grab a light. Do you have any lights?
Actually, I stole them all for Becca because she's going through them and all the prototypes.
So when do we get the lights in?
Lights are still looking at early May. Okay. Pistol pegs are still, I don't have my notes, but I believe it was sometime this summer.
It's a 22 peg?
Yeah, the 22 peg.
Okay. And then the True Safe, it's cradle grid background. It's compatible with everything that we do. And we got the door organizer gives you, holy crap.
Yeah, it's heavy.
This thing is, guys, you just can't believe how solid this thing is.
And just because of the nature of this, there's so much in it that is hand done. It's the biggest one that our partner did as far as a safe that they've ever done, the handmade one. But they put it in a jig. They weld all the pieces by hand. The lock is a S&G Sergeant Greenleaf. So that's a U.S. lock. It's pretty comparable to our other one, but it's just we try to make this one as kind of solid and as possible. And even these guys, we have them die cut down the street, and we have another company that makes a little sticky for them just to adhese them on.
Now, a couple things. We had a guy comment about the hinges being out here, saying, "Oh, geez, the hinges, you can cut those right off of the grinder." And you know what? You can. But you haven't opened up the door because there's also bolts going into the safe on all sides. Now, you see some safes, these great big, huge bolts. I've seen them at SHOT Show all the time. Well, when you take a Liberty safe, they've got 2-inch bolts. You unscrew that bolt, take it apart. They're hollow. It's 3/16-inch steel tubing with a cap on it. That's the bolt. We're hardened steel 1-inch pins, and you're not gonna bend break these. It's similar to what we do on these. They're solid steel pins, and they're not huge. Big hollow pins are a joke. But was there anything else you wanted to cover on this thing?
Oh, let's see. We got cement filled, 2 layers of steel. They actually could not powder coat it, so this is a real paint.
Yeah.
They run through it.
It's a 2K.
Yeah, you see the bolts that he's talking about right there.
So even if you cut the hinges off, the door's not coming off.
Plus, it's so heavy. It's got to be just at the right angle because this thing is ridiculous.
So we're going to get back to featuring this thing a little more often. If you ask me, I don't think people need it. If you've got a house out in the middle of nowhere and your response time for your fire department is a couple of hours and you want a big pig safe, that's fine. I'm not sure this thing can go up wood stairs.
I'd be too shy to even put it on a wood floor.
No, in fact, I think when we buy this, we have it installed. We do even allow consumers to install themselves.
Safe and Vault handles a lot of that because they're the experts. And that's where we turn it over.
I don't want people getting hurt.
Yeah, and one of the things with this is because it's a true fire safe, you'll see there's no electrical in it whatsoever because if you have that hole for electricity, you have that hole for heat to come in. So it's just not there. But luckily, our new lights are magnetic, so you can still put them up in there.
They work. All right, guys. Enter any questions that you have. Type them in. Again, we're always trying to make this a give and take to get just to bring everybody in closer and answer questions. So I'm gonna run back in the studio and jump back in with Chris. Thank you very much, Stephen.
No problem. Have a good one.
I will do it. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
That is. I think we still got Steven out there.
Yeah, he's close.
We got to teach him a dance or something. He's entertaining. Isn't he good?
Yeah.
Man, he is good with these products.
He's Steven is is at this point the longest, other than me. He's been here longer than anybody else in the company. He's been with us for a long time. And
we're going to feature the hell out of him.
Yeah.
So one of the things we're going to do is really start to focus, as you've seen today. Tom and I are bantering back and forth. We got a few topics here and some exciting announcements, but we're really going to hone in on how to customize. And that's one of our big advantages is the customization and the flexibility our products offer. But Steven's a wizard with this stuff. So we're going to get video. We're going to do a lot of video content with Steven. One of the things you mentioned, if you're interested in the True Safe, That is on safeandvaultstore.com. They're retailing it right now for $45.99, and it's got free shipping. So
That's
good,
actually,
very good deal.
They've got it on promo. Yeah, it's a $6,000 save.
Yep.
And we're going to have that back on our website.
Yep.
And we want the sale to go through them because they actually have the logistics and the infrastructure and the network of installers to properly get it to you and then have people there get it into your house into position. We don't have that. That's just not our world. We did it originally, and it took we had Ryan and Steven just spending hours and trying to figure out how to make this work because we just don't have the contacts. It's just not what we do.
Yeah.
But yes, and Steven is now senior.
He got promoted today.
Yes, senior technical advisor at SecureIt. So he's on the whole tech side of the company. He's top dog now. So
one of the things I enjoy about coming into the office is listening to Steven talk to our customers. That's, one of the things that in my past we focused on was customer. This guy loves it. And he's so good with our customers. I've heard people that are in, having a bad day, having a bad mood. This guy's always on and he takes care of our customers. He's awesome. So well-deserved promotion there, Steven.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question from Rick Maroney. Have you ever thought about a wall storage system? Behind me is our wall storage system. So yeah, you go to our website. We do, we build gun rooms, gun walls, from small closet above a workbench to,
laundry rooms.
Yeah, we did. We did Marty Daniels over Daniel Defense. We built their armories, and that's our gun wall system. They're like 16-foot high ceilings, and they've just got the whole room. And it's just, I don't know how many guns are in there. It's 4 high, just massive amount of guns. We built 3 rooms like that for them. We did the Specialist, which is a prop house in New York City. The photos from that, we had some of the photos on our website. It's crazy. Because they've got, as a prop house, they've got everything from 1800s early, coming up through all the different wars up to modern. And then they go futuristic for all the crazy sci-fi movies. And they have thousands and thousands of almost everything. That was a huge build for us.
We found some, Matt, he introduced us to AR Tactics. They're out of Charlotte, North Carolina. We were on with them. We're going to be doing some cool stuff with them. They've got, it was perfect product placement. They had our walls behind them and we hadn't even been working with them. They have our cabinets. They've got everything. It's amazing. We're working with Range 702.
Yeah,
Vegas.
That's something that I think we're going to actually have Chris on the Agents of Change show. I'm hoping she'll do the show because I think there's an innovative drive there. The concept of the destination range, because they're really set up. They're very close to the strip, and they get thousands of people a week to that range. People come to Las Vegas to have it's not really about gambling anymore. It's
experiential.
Yeah, it is. And that's an experience that a lot of people can't get. And she's got everything from 50s to cool handguns. They do training. It's a really neat, setup. And we are going to build out their whole showroom. And then we want to have a SecureIt showroom there so that anybody who wants to see, kick the tires of our products, if you're in Vegas, you can go to Range 702. You can see everything that we do, shoot some cool guns, have a really nice afternoon. And then I want to roll that out. So in in major destination cities around America, there'll be a really nice range that will have all of our products so that when people are traveling or doing stuff, you've always got the opportunity to come and see it. Because I get it. An answer cabinet's not cheap. Agile, they're not inexpensive. And it's nice to kick the tires. We do offer a buy it back guarantee. So we just talk buy with confidence because we'll buy it back if you don't like it. But the ability to see everything is it's an experience, and it's something that we want to be able to share with more and more people.
One of the things I would also mention too is, they are expensive. They're not the cheapest, but we do offer financing through a third party. Makes it very, very affordable. Keep that monthly payment low and build out your home defense, a decentralized storage. So it is affordable. We can make it affordable.
Mm-hmm. I got another question from Michael Creel. Is there a way to lock weapons or weapon systems on the wall system? I'm looking at using it on my gunsmithing business. It depends. And the military, this is back in 2000, probably 10, 11. We spent a lot of time working with these guys on solutions because what we were doing, they wanted to take the panel, the wall systems. We were lining like Connex boxes, Tricons, Quadcons, some of their shipping containers for portable mobile armories, and they were looking at solutions. At the end, the challenge is modern firearms, they're so modular, you can disassemble them very easily. So, I mean, you can run a cable through a trigger, you can wrap things around part of a gun, but it's hard to secure a gun on an open wall system, a modern firearm, where you might not get all of it, but you'll get the scope, you'll get the upper receiver, you're gonna get enough of it to have something of value, and then the owner's losing all that. So at this point,
I think we clarification.
Yeah.
Tom, on one of the questions, it was in wall, not on wall. So safe in the wall.
Oh, I've got safe systems
That somebody provided. There's some further. So are we coming up with a solution for in wall?
That is a different question, but yeah. We actually have I'm not sure how much candy can we spill in the lobby on this one. All right, I can't yet.
We've got
some patent attorneys, some things about, but yes, fast access mounts between studs kind of system for handguns and AR or a shotgun.
Ron, I really tried, Ron.
It's not easy being me.
It is, Tom. It is. What's coming up next? What do we got in the next week or so? Where are you off to?
For me, my schedule is getting very dynamic now. I'm going to be up in Minnesota. In fact, next Friday I will probably not be here. We're going to be in Minnesota shooting a couple of segments for the Agents of Change, and it's a portable yet year-round hunting blind. It's a new concept in hunting blinds that we're going to be filming a segment on that. I don't know that much about it. I've recently built a bunch of redneck blinds on the ranch, and those are the great big steel frame. Once you put them in place, you're never going to move them. These are blinds that are, from what I understand, structurally very strong, yet you can still, one person can fold it up, pack it up, backpack it, one guy can carry it, and you can move it. And, in a big hunting property, animal movement can change, and to be able to move these things around is pretty appealing. So we're going to look at that. We're also looking at a new system on targets, getting away from steel targets to a synthetic. And I don't want to spill too much on that one either, but it's really fascinating because, rounds exploding on targets can create a lot of, there's a hazard factor there, and steel has to be painted all the time. There's a lot of issues that you can run into, and this is synthetic. It glows in the dark, kind of glow. I mean, for nighttime, they've got a lot of things they can do with it, but it's pretty neat technology. So we're shooting those two, and then Mars will be, I'm not sure if we're shooting that next week, and that's a large caliber AR. It's a whole new take on it. It's a pretty cool firearm. It's not on the market yet. We're looking at that. And then I'm going down to Key West, Florida to shoot a segment. I'm not going to spill that one too much. And I'll be with Mickey Shook over with Kerry Trainer for the training. That will be taped. So this is, as far as travel schedule, this is as busy as I've been since we had the contract with U.S. Army Special Forces, where we did an arms room assessment contract. It was a 18-month contract where I was traveling to all their armories, surveying them, interviewing, doing all this work to basically tell the Army why their armories sucked, why they weren't working. And that's when we developed cradle grid technology. But that was a year and a half that had me, you get Star Alliance Gold with an airline. Once you get like to the million, that super high mile club, travel gets easier.
Does that ever go away?
It does.
Does it?
In fact, that contract ended, my travel schedule dropped, and the minute you lose that, you're just another dirt bag.
So we've got a lot going on. If you've got some photos or video with our products, you want to share that with the world, send it to me or shoot me an email. Again, cpayne@BHG. There we go. At
wow.
SecureIt Tactical. All right. Let me get my wallet out. I owe you on that one. At SecureItTactical.com. We want to feature that. We'll feature it on our channels. If you've got anything cool going on that you want to share with us, again, bring it to us. We're really excited about this field agent program. We need some people to test it out.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I'm excited. Next week, I'm getting to take a peek. My dad had his 61 vet being totally redone. And, you know, my mom, my brother, my sister, and I were going to get a chance to pull back the curtain on that one, and can't wait to drive it. And just, it's going to be a fun week. It's going to be fun. If Syracuse ever gets rid of the snow and cold weather, we might be able to drive it.
It was, yeah, having a couple of days of sunshine in Texas was a nice break. I guess next week we're warming up. There was another question I wanted to get to. I saw Agile cabinet with a keypad at the top, so you could stack it. The Model 40, because the Model 40, the keypad, I think we've got one. Chris, is it? I'm not sure. You can see it behind you. You've got the keypad, the top cabinet. The keypad's in the bottom, so when you stack them, the keypad's at chest height. It's not way up at the top. Some people like to use the 40 as a primary cabinet. So come on, Ron, get with the freaking program. I'm just kidding.
Ron, I've been defending you. I'm Ron's biggest defender over here.
Ron is he's the magic guy.
We're lucky to have
he
Ron.
does. We give him a hard time because we like him so much, and he always buys us beer.
Yeah, good beer.
That is something that when we first launched this, I said, holy shit, we got to have this lock on top. It is something we're working on. There's some challenges with it. And so suffice to say, we are looking at either a door system that allows you to change it, or we're going to have another cabinet made with a different door. And we're kind of working through that. So that's in the queue for development. And to be honest and realistic, it's probably a next year kind of thing. We got Steven here. Pull up a mic.
Hey, get over here.
Grab a chair.
Is there a chair?
Grab a chair, yeah.
So the Agile 40, you can flip the door.
Grab you the mic.
Oh, this one actually works.
Should
use this one. All right, the Agile 40, you actually can flip the door. The hinge will be on the other side, and you'll have to flip the keypad, but it's possible to make it so you can put the keypad at the top. And the reverse with the 52. Oh.
Yeah, the mic's out.
How's it going?
The mic's not turned in. Okay, so you can flip.
You can flip the door on either one of them. You do have to flip the keypad and everything, but it basically puts the keypad. If it's at the bottom, it goes to the top. If it's at the top, it goes to the
right.
bottom.
But the door opens the other direction.
Correct.
Now.
Yeah.
But it can't. Okay, so the Model 40, you can build it with the door basically upside down.
Yes.
Then you open the back of the door up and you turn the keypad around.
Yeah, you turn the keypad. You can turn the handle. You actually don't need to because they'll still function, but it's more aesthetics. And if they have any questions, I can help them out with it. And Melissa is actually our expert on it. She's done it more times than I have. So
yep, she's
really good at it.
So I'll bet we're going to shoot a video on this, aren't we?
We are.
We are now.
Steven, I don't know if you could hear me through the walls, but you're going to be a big feature around here. So we're going to be doing a lot of product videos. We'll have Melissa, every area. Emily, who is our new senior communications manager. I had the pleasure of working with her for 3 years before that. Her and Steven and the team are working on a content strategy, and we're actually going to start filming next week. So any questions you guys have or things you want to see more of, let us know, and we'll be sure to make sure it's got some video to go with it. Think we should go back to work?
I think probably I'm reading a question here. On the 52, seeing if the buttons register. It's interesting. Let me read the whole question, you guys. So you guys know what I'm talking about, because I don't know if anyone else has this problem on the Agile 52. If I'm standing in front of it, putting in my code, my hand covers the status lights, and I can't see if my presses register. I've not noticed that, and certainly we are going to be redoing the locks on these cabinets. We are looking at a Gen 2 locking system, so I'm going to send this note to Ron and have him look at it. Now, I will tell you this, from a purely home defense standpoint, and people get firearms, and especially handgun shooters. You take training, you go to the range, and you practice, and you train. You're only as good as you practice. You're only as good as you are. And you can't just own a firearm and think in the crazy, crazy fog of somebody kicks in your front door that you're going to perform accurately if you haven't practiced. That being said, part of a home defense strategy, if you're using decentralized storage, I would encourage everyone, you open that front hall closet. If I got a gun safe in my closet, if I open it up to grab a jacket, I reach over there without looking and I do my combination and I open it and I close it. I do that all the time because in a crisis, you don't have time to think. So we'll address this because the pad, it should be easy, but I'm going to encourage you to practice doing it so you can do it without looking.
Couple of things
Yeah.
that also got said. Would we consider doing a backlit keypad, and the tactile feedback on the button pad could be better? Then you might not need that backlit.
Yes, we are. Again, we are looking at, we are going to be doing a Gen 2 locking system on, it's going to cascade across all of our product lines. It is something we are working on. So tactile feedback could be better. Yeah, it'd be neat to have a dimple, like a feel. I don't want sound. We want it to be a quiet lock. There's no beeps. Lighting can be problematic. I'd prefer it to be totally dark. Like my fast box in my bedroom, I got one next to my bed. I do it all the time. Until I just reach down. It takes me, I've got the gun in my hands in probably 2 seconds. But I practice all the time because, again, in a crisis, you got to rely on instinct. And if you practice this every day for 30 days, it's muscle memory, it's instinct. Can we swap our existing locks? If we're going to a new locking system, I would hope so. I think so. It's
we'll get an answer for you on that one.
Yeah, there may be a situation where we redesign the cabinet locking system and it's different, but there is a kit to retrofit the older cabinets. Might be a little different, might be a slightly different format to make it fit within the constraints of what that door is. If there are substantive changes in the door, I don't know on the development side. I'm not part of those meetings right now. So these guys are working with it. I'm not sure exactly, people smarter than me are doing this. They'll let me know when the time comes. So guys, we've been rolling about 50 minutes, 5-0. And does anybody have any, we're going to be wrapping things up here in a little bit. Does anybody have any last questions, concerns, thoughts? There isn't a question that we won't answer. And
hey, coming up. So Tom, we've got a few things. If you're in the market for Fastbox, we've got some really good specials. Kevin on our team is working right now to launch some specials on the Fastboxes, bundles, buy a couple, get a couple, or get one free if you get an answer. We're going to be including that. It's going to be on our website. If you are on our email list, you'll be getting an email about that next week. We're definitely going to be hitting tax season with some opportunities. You're going to be getting some money back, I hope. And we want to make things affordable and, really say thank you to everybody for the continued support of the company and our products.
Yeah. Are we doing, was it Agile?
It's an Agile. It's not an answer.
I think the promo they were looking, it was
I got it right here.
Agile Pro with a free Fastbox, which is, that's the start of decentralized storage. And then I had a thought on doing decentralized storage of setting up a program where, let's face it, doing your whole house all at once is a daunting task. But I was looking at if there's interest in doing a 6-month harden your home program where you get a volume discount on the merch on what you're buying, and then we send you an Agile every other month and a couple of Fastbox. So every 2 months you receive an Agile or a Fastbox, and each time you slowly over the course of 6 months or a year, you take your home from some big dinosaur safe in the basement to having your home fully implementing decentralized storage. In a way that's just, you're not all of a sudden getting a pallet with all this stuff and the wife's bitching because all the shit's in the garage. Or
the husband.
Yeah, or the husband. I know.
My wife's got both the guns in our house, and now I've got a few, but equal opportunity here.
Here we go. I'm close to getting a friend to order.
This is why we created our field agent program. You need to email me, and I will get you in this program so that your friend, you will get credit for this.
Yeah. Send Chris an email because the field staff programs, it's going to be huge.
I built it at my last company and we were doing a lot. People were sharing, hey, this company helped me. I like their service, and they were rewarded for it. We'll do it again here. I think the community here is a lot different. Scott, I couldn't agree with you. That's why I came here when Tom was giving me a hard time about going from the big company to a company of 25. he's the reason why. He's why I'm sitting here, and he is no BS, but he also loves marketing and he loves our customer more. So, you know, I'll expect a raise after this one, Tom.
We're going to miss you. Jesus, it's so short. We just got going.
It's so hard.
Yeah. So guys, we're going to be wrapping things up, but thanks for joining. Again, I believe next week I'll be in Minneapolis. We're shooting one of the segments. My schedule for the next almost into June, almost into mid-June is I'm on the road probably more than I'm here. It's just the nature of getting this show done and getting everything done that we're doing. So I'm not sure what the future of the live show is, if we're going to be doing it. I may be here next Friday. I get my schedule. It's so dynamic. We might be shooting Wednesday, Thursday. I'd be back Thursday night, but I don't know yet.
Tom's got to teach me how to run this board, and we may do some shows, Steven and I, or we may have some guests on. We'll keep it going because we got a great audience here. And again, we'll just do a lot of product demos, and you guys tell us. Again, I just put my email in the chat, cpayne@secureittactical.com. If I'm still here, after the show, I'd be happy to talk with anybody and get you in the right direction.
Cool beans. All right,
man.
All right, guys. You guys, out there, have a great weekend. Get out to the range, shoot some guns, have some fun, be safe about it, and tell your friends, tell your relatives, and look for the field staff program. It's going to be pretty cool. And then July, Agents of Change. This show is going to be huge. There's so many people getting involved with what we're doing. It's going to be a really, really. It's going to be a neat show. It's going to be a neat bunch of events we're going to be doing. All right, guys, we're going to sign out. Chris, thank you very much.
My pleasure. Good to see everyone. Have a great weekend.
All right, guys. Bye-bye. We are out of here.